cheap video lighting setup for your recorded videos, for your YouTube videos, or for your live streams. We are going to dive into lighting on a budget today. And it is lighting week around here, so we have an entire playlist full of lighting tips, tricks, and knowledge. You need to understand how lighting works in order to make the best choices for your lighting. So definitely click the link in the description for that playlist. And if you're new around here, please do type new in the comments. I would love, love, love to meet you. If you are new, then you don't know me. Hello, I'm Larry Petrucci from Live Streaming Pros, where I help you create professional video that's uniquely you. And I am thrilled to be talking lighting here. We've got some demos today. We're gonna go through completely no budget with window lighting, and we're gonna show you what you can do with that. And then we're going to go through some additional budget options, right? We'll step up the budget options with up to 2 lights. All right, so let's talk about window lighting. So we around here, and any lighting expert will tell you to control your light, right? When you're doing video, you want to control your light. But if you don't have a budget for lights, or if you're looking for just some quick setup, maybe you're traveling, maybe you're in a new room in your house and you just need to record a video or go live, then window lighting can actually be beneficial. The issue with window lighting is where it changes throughout the day. So this light back here, we have worked with this. We have some ND filters on it. I'm gonna be adding an ND filter on my camera most likely as well throughout the summer as the lighting gets brighter around here. So it's possible to have windows in your set, and it's possible to have windows using windows for your lighting. Just understand that if you record or go live at different times throughout the day, your lighting is going to change. So you're going to have to make adjustments and pay attention each and every time you turn that camera on. So I'm going to go to Model Callie. And right now we are just using window lighting. That is all that we have on her, and we don't have any real light coming in whatsoever. Now, I do have lots of lights in this, or windows in this apartment, but my window shades are actually closed right now. So look at what she looks like right now. This actually can be good lighting, right? Come up actually before, like, let's move you up towards the windows. And you see she gets a little bit brighter, move up a little bit more. And now, of course, we would have to change the, yeah, there you go. Pop down a little bit. There you go. So as you kind of get closer to the window, right, you can step back a little bit. You see how the lighting actually changes based on the depth or the closeness that she has, that she is to the windows. Now, what I'm gonna have Callie do is go ahead and open up those shades so that you can see what lighting comes in. Now, my shades are not, they're what do you call those? They're like, not translucent, but they're like I should have thought about the name before. Yeah, but they're like this. They're not solid. Sheer. Thank you, Daniel. They're sheer. All right. So now we're gonna go back to Callie, and you can see going back to Callie. So now you can see she has a lot more light, right? Sheer windows. If you have too much light coming in, you could use sheer shades to actually mute the amount of light coming in, right? So these are some tips that you can take and play with. Go ahead and come forward. So she's kind of farther back. And so as she gets forward and even more forward and dips down to be in camera frame, then you can see, nope, too far. You can see how the window or the light from the window is affecting her and what she looks like, right? So now we have some hot spots on her cheek. And so that's a little too much. And so we want to either back away or add those sheer shades in, right? So you can do a lot from just window lighting. Just look for things like hot spots, right? So where you have So see how I can adjust with the camera, right? Maybe you don't have a fancy camera, but you know, you want to avoid those hot spots where you see shine. Here, we don't see that. When she gets close, you see the shine. Closer, closer, closer. There you go. We've got some shine on her cheeks, and that's what we want to avoid. You want to look for the even lighting, and you also want to make sure that you pay attention to that playlist where we have some additional strategies in terms of how you might want your lighting to look, right? You create the environment that you want. So those are window lights. Oh, and by the way, I just want to point this out. This Oops, wrong picture, hold on. So if you need just I want to make sure that you understand where you are standing, right? You're standing in front of the lighting. The sun is outside the window, of course, right? Your camera is facing you, internal, right? You are not in front of the window. Your face is in front of the window. Your back is not in front of the window. So that's really, really important. Okay, so next up, actually we're gonna add, oh, and I also wanna point out, sorry, I have notes to make sure I keep on track here. So if you wanna go kind of a little bit further and use things that you might already have or just super cheap options, you could use window lights or something like a Japanese lantern or a table lamp. I mean, honestly, lamps that you have around your house might actually be able to provide you with a quick fix when it comes to lighting. And we're gonna add a ring light. So in this scenario, you can actually get ring lights for cheap, $67 for a Neewer ring light, up to $200 for an Elgato ring light. But we're using the natural light and a ring light now. And so thank you, Einar, for the super sticker. And we're going to tackle all your questions. I promise we're coming back to that. So now Callie has that ring light on her, and we could adjust the dimness. We could adjust the color temperature, which we learned about in one of the videos on the playlist, right? And so you have the ability to add additional lighting in addition to your window light, to add a little bit more control as well. Now let's go to the one light and a low budget setup. This is the Neewer LED light panel, right? So this is one of the suggested options, and this will allow you to actually have just a single light, and this costs about 90 bucks. So it's not a huge investment. So the LED panel can actually provide you with everything you need if you want it to. Now, I do want to point out that if you got something like a foam board like you see here, you could actually have a light of any kind, and then you could use a foam board to actually bounce the lighting so that you have lighting on both sides. Traditionally, if you go for a full light setup, you actually want kind of light balanced on both sides of your face, right? To fill in. Otherwise, you wind up with a very dark side and a light side, unless you go direct in front with a ring lights or some other lights. So in this scenario, what we're looking at is literally just the single LED panel. And again, if you want to actually add a foam board, you can prop this up on a light stand and attach it, and you could bounce that lighting to get a little bit extra oomph. So that's one trick. So I'm going to step away from the mic here for a second, and I'm actually going to adjust the lighting itself so that you can see with a single light what you get. Okay, I'll be right back. So first I'm going to adjust the angle. Okay, and now we're going to adjust the intensity. So we can go down, up, up. Ah, too much, right? So you can really adjust the intensity. You can adjust the intensity based on the light that you have, as long as you get something that is adjustable for that light and the temperature as well. Oh, and I should also point out that when you're in this low budget option, right? Like I said, the Neewer panels are like 90 bucks. They do have Bluetooth options that you can spend a little bit more on and get an app to control. So that's an option for you as well. Now, as we go into the mid-budget, we're still looking at a single light, and that you're looking at an Elgato Key Light Air for 130 bucks. Or you could go for the full key light from Elgato, and that's 200 bucks. Also, again, those have an app, so you connect the lights to Wi-Fi. You can control everything from an app, which I actually do with my hair light over here. And I'll show you what that does, right? So this we're gonna just tackle in a different video on this playlist. But then we add the hair light and voila, I've got some light that kind of helps to separate me from the background, gives me a little shine, right? So I was just controlling that from the app itself. So that's what you can do when you go into more of a mid-budget for a single light, right? So imagine that light on me, and then you can go there. So you get more functionality, more control as you increase the price, of course. So we're gonna turn off all the backlights because the next budget that I wanna show you is a bit of a higher budget, going up to 2 lights. Now you're actually seeing just 2 lights. I've got a light here, and this is actually a softbox with a Sokani X60. You can get cheaper versions as well. And then I also have the LED panel over here, kind of filling in the side of my face. So that's, you're gonna be looking at about like $300–400 for this 2 light setup. And we're gonna show you that. Ready? Right here. So we've got the LED panel, and then we've got the softbox light as well. So that's an option where you can have a 2 light setup for not a huge investment, $300–400, and then you've got more control, right? You've got the ability to adjust, kind of bring in, you don't have to use a foam board, right? So things like that. So again, I wanna just show you the different options here, right? So basic setups for the no light, you're looking towards the window, and that's a 0 budget. And then you've got something like a ring light, right? That you can add to the mix. And then that's pretty simple. It's just a ring light. It either goes in front of you or in front and up, like we were talking about in some of the videos in this playlist, or it can be off to the side. Play around with the strategic version of lighting technique, which is deciding on what kind of feel and look and environment you want to create. And then you can have a dome light, you can have another light with that foam board to help decrease budget, but also give you that extra oomph and that filler light, okay? So again, if I haven't mentioned it enough, we have a playlist full of lighting techniques and lighting information so that you can understand lighting better, because not everybody should do the same thing. And that's key to remember. So go check out this playlist. And for the live viewers, we're going into Q&A.